YouTube to give you an update on Woodfire number 14 and all the preparations. Uh, it's true, I have not had enough sleep, but I probably have some pretty serious morning voice right now, and it is early. It's 9 a.m. on Wednesday. So, but I wanted to just do a quick live stream, whether anybody showed up for the live or you just watch it later. I wanted to kind of just get back in the habit of making content for you all. So I decided to do another live stream this morning just to kind of show you all the pots that I have ready for this firing. It's funny because leading up to wood firings, I work like crazy anyway because I refuse to have a kiln that's only half full if I'm going to do all that work. But also, I go back and forth between, like, even during loading, I go back and forth between, man, I don't have enough pots to, like, gosh, I have too many pots. I could have gotten more sleep, you know, that kind of thing. But I'll flip the camera around here in a second and just show you all the stuff. You can see it behind me, but all the stuff I walked out here yesterday with Danielle and walked in the side door, and I thought, where did all these pots come from? It was kind of crazy. So, but anyway, I'll flip this around. Good morning, Aaron. I'll flip the camera around and show you all what is prepared. I have a little bit more preparation to do. I have a few more things I need to glaze this morning before we start loading, but the crew will be here shortly to start loading. And I have just I have some more things in the bisque kiln actually this morning. I preheated it overnight and it's firing now. So I'll have some things that come out of it tonight that will go in the kiln tomorrow because the loading process for the wood kiln is 2 days. Anyway, all right, here, let me flip the camera around. And so walking in the side door of my studio here, I got one table here with some pieces that I still need to do some glaze on some of those. Some of my oldest son's chicken nugget trays. I got some jars that are custom order there, some casserole type dishes. I'm doing a custom bird bath in this firing, so there's the base of the bird bath. I believe the actual bird bath portion is over there on the bottom. You can see it there. I'll show you that up close in a second. But I got this whole table here is just full of kind of like medium to large jugs and vases. I've got several of these with this new slip design that I did this time. Got some jugs like that. There's a couple vases. Here's a tall skinny vase with that similar design. So this was done with a black slip with a slip bottle for the lines and then a brush for the background of the leaves, and then I came back after that dried and I did the white slip over top of the edge of the leaves, and then the dots are also with the black slip. So I haven't really done this design before, so I did it on a lot of pieces for not having done it before, but obviously I have experience doing slip work in my wood kiln. But I've also done some with this design that I've put a clear glaze over, and some of these may get clear as well, or they may just stay raw on the outside. We'll see. But I've got several cabin jugs and face jugs over here. These tall skinny bottles like this will all be side fired pieces. So I have quite a few small jugs or small vases like that will be side fired, like these skinny bottles here. So yeah. There's one of my politician jugs there. That's his evil side of that face. This whole rack here is, it's not full, but it's pretty daggone full. So got my platter rolls up here. Those still need some glaze work. I've done some slip work on those, some dots, and need to do some more slip work. I've got even making baby plates for a friend of mine that helps with the firing. Got some mugs there, some steins. Utensil holders, some more vases, jars, face jugs. I got some another thing I'm doing this firing, I tried last time I fired, I did this for the first time. Let me show you. This is my coffee mug this morning. So this was actually done with white glaze rather than white slip. Hey Seth, welcome. The plates are for Seth, in case anybody's wondering. You just commented. But this white on the outside of this and on the inside is a white glaze. So I took the white glaze that I use. I noticed it's very stable anyway. And so I took the white glaze, I put it in a slip bottle, and then I added a little Epsom salt solution. So to thicken it up, so that allowed it to kind of act like a slip instead of a glaze. And I could apply it in kind of a design like that. And So anyway, so I have a quite a few pieces I've done with that design as well. Like these two, just about these two full boards here are all done with design. This one here is actually slip, but the rest of those is all done with white glaze. Hey buddy, welcome. So all the design on the outside, that's all done with white glaze and should look something similar to that mug that I just showed you. But do a variation like these were just glazed last night, so some of these like these here, I do multiple steps of my glazing process like this. You can see the design that kind of is 3D underneath the glaze. That's a slip, so that was applied when it was greenware. Then we lined and dipped the piece in a glaze, and then I'll come back and spray an ash glaze as kind of like a transition between the raw clay and this, and then we'll end up with something looking like that. So this kind of had a similar thing. So those dots are slip, then it was lined and dipped in a glaze, and then I spray an ash glaze as a transition here. That gives me the drips that run down, but then the bottom part of the mug will be partially just the raw clay with the salt glaze finish, and then these drips come down over it. So that's kind of my process of glazing. And then some pieces like those jars and those mugs and stuff back there, those will all be just raw on the outside, and the salt glaze and the wood ash will finish those. And depending if they're close to the front of the kiln or if they're in the back, they'll get more or less of the salt effect. There's the bird bath, the actual bath part. That has some ash glaze sprayed on it, and then I'm going to put glass in that to melt and give a really cool effect on that. Here's some more, some pieces up there from Silas Bradley, who's helping out with this firing. Here's some twisted mugs, several twisted mugs. I'm really excited about the twisted mugs because now I've started twisting them, but now I've started trimming the inside after they're stiffened up a bit. So trim a foot on the bottom and then trim the inside to make them light, because on the twisted mugs, I usually have a lot of extra weight in the bottom on the inside. And so I took the time to trim the inside of those. I've done some twisted bowls as well, and I did all those the same way. There's some more mugs, some more platter bowls, some soup mugs. I got a couple boards full of soup mugs there. And then, let's see, that's what that is up there, soup mugs. And then I've got these tall, kind of taller, you could say soup mugs or cappuccino mugs, and those all have that white glaze kind of slip design. Those on that top shelf. Those pieces there will all stay raw on the outside. Here's some that I sprayed the clear glaze over top of, so it's lined in clear, and then I sprayed the clear glaze on the outside. I would have dipped the clear on the outside, but I was running out of glaze, so I needed to spray it. I have a bunch of these, my small baking dishes. I call them apple pie for two. They are just lined with a glaze, and the outside will just stay raw. And so all those will go in just as it, I mean, they won't go stacked like this, but they'll go in without any glaze on the outside. A few more bowls and some jars here that I need to glaze on this table, some small vases, and then a few things on this table here as well. There's a couple more pieces with that slip design. That's actually the first one I did with this design, that 20-pound piece there. So that was the first one I attempted this design on. So it was a little ambitious to try it on a huge piece, but I knew I had it in my mind exactly what I wanted to do, and it did come out really as well, if not better than I expected. So some of these here will need to have ash glaze sprayed on them. These here are finished because they have that white glaze design on those. Sorry for the sun, you can't really see anything, but these here have, that's all done with a thick white glaze. And so they're lined with a glaze as well. And so that white glaze on the outside will just mature and pretty much stay in place. If it gets close to the front, it might run a little bit, but I'm not too worried if it does run a little bit either, because it will just give a different effect. So as I showed you all the other day, the kiln is ready. I've got it's been cleaned, kiln washed, ready to start loading once we get everything finished glazed, or all the glazing finished. Got the shelves are kiln washed, or I mean, shelves are cleaned. I don't kiln wash my shelves. Posts are cleaned and kiln washed, ready to go. We've got a whole uh, bunch of wadding there. That's a huge bucket, and it's 2/3 full of wadding. So we roll that into the little balls that we put on the bottom of the pots. This tub here is actually the clamming that we put over the door after we brick up the door at the end of the day tomorrow. And that's the temporary mortar that goes over the door to help seal it. So yeah, I think that's about it for this morning. So I didn't look. Does anybody have any questions? I don't see it. Why can't I pull up my chat? I don't know. Yeah, I can't see how to pull up my chat. Oh, there it is. Live chat. All right, I don't see any questions, but anyway, just like I said, wanted to hop on here real quick and give you guys an update, just to kind of like I said, get back in the habit of making videos for you all, because I've been pretty slack on that this year as a whole. What's my favorite piece? Asks Seth. Oh my goodness, that's not fair, Seth. Oh God, that is really not fair. But well, and it's also going to be different when it comes out versus going in the kiln. But my favorite piece, man. Well, I think because they're new, I do like all these pieces with this new, besides the plates. I think all the ones with this new slip design like this, I definitely love those. I like that large one, but I love this jug here with the 3 handles. Let me move it over so y'all can see it a little bit different in a better light. I love the shape of that jug. I love the 3 handles on that jug, and I love the design on it. So yeah, which one are you most excited about? So yeah, I'm definitely excited about these. So I'm jacked about those for sure. That jug, any of those with that design on it, I'm pretty stoked about. I'm stoked about my politician jugs, which is kind of funny. I only made one last year, about a year ago. I made my first one, which are the 2 face jugs, and one side is, they're 2 face jugs. Get it? Politician jugs. So this has got the evil side with a forked tongue, no pupils in the eyes, and then the other side is the the one that they display to everybody else. They're like happy and friendly and all that. So, and these are numbered as well. I've done my first one was Politician 1, and I have 2 of these now. This is Politician 2 and 3. So they're numbered on the bottom, so to try to make them kind of collectible. So yeah, I think that's about it. Obviously, I'm excited about all these with the white glaze slip design on them as well. I'm saying white glaze slip because it's not a slip, but it's also it's applied like a slip, but it's a glaze. So twisted mugs I'm excited about because they're light now. I love making them, but I hated the fact that they were so heavy. And so making those light now, I'm kind of really excited about that. These twisted bowls here, I kind of did the same thing. You probably can't tell that I trimmed the inside, but being able to trim the inside of those made them so much lighter. So anyway, well, I gotta get to work. I got stuff to glaze, and people are showing up to help load. So we'll catch you guys later. Thanks for all your support, and I'll be doing live streams starting probably Friday of the firing process, probably Friday morning or evening. I'll get that scheduled so it's out there so you can plan for it if you want to be here for the live event. So do you plan to do any turkeys or Santas since you did pumpkins? I don't think so, Seth. Turkeys. You're a turkey. I probably do need to do some. I would love to have some wood fired pumpkins. So maybe I need to plan for that for next year for like the summer firing so I can have them for fall. So, but anyway, all right. You guys have a great day. I got to get to work, and we'll see you soon. All right.